1926, a desperate doctor fed liver to dying patients. What happened next won him the Nobel Prize. George Minot was desperate. His patients were dying of pernicious anemia, a blood disease that had a 100% fatality rate. No treatment existed, no hope remained. Then he remembered something from his colleague George Whipple's dog experiments. When dogs lost massive amounts of blood, raw liver regenerated their hemoglobin faster than any other food. Minot thought, what if this works in humans? He started feeding his dying patients 240 grams of liver daily. Within 2 weeks, the impossible happened. Patients who could barely lift their heads were walking around the hospital. Their reticulocyte counts, baby red blood cells, shot from 1% to 15%. Blood that was dying was suddenly rebuilding itself. One patient wrote, "I became ravenously hungry for the first time in months. I felt strength flowing back into my body. In just 4-6 months, red blood cell counts doubled. Hemoglobin levels normalized. Symptoms that doctors thought were permanent, jaundice, weakness, cognitive decline, simply vanished. The medical world was stunned. Minot and his team had turned a death sentence into a complete cure using nothing but food. The Nobel Committee called it one of the most important therapeutic advances in medical history. But here's what happened next that should make you furious. Within 20 years, the medical establishment abandoned liver therapy. Not because it stopped working, because pharmaceutical companies discovered they could isolate individual compounds from liver, synthesize them in labs, and charge 50 times more. They convinced doctors that synthetic B12 injections and iron pills were more scientific than the whole food that actually worked. The result? 3 generations of patients suffering with anemia, taking pills that barely work, while the Nobel Prize-winning cure sits forgotten in medical textbooks. Those Nobel laureates proved that your body doesn't just need iron, it needs the complete nutritional system that only liver provides. Heme iron that absorbs instantly, vitamin A that mobilizes stored iron, B12 that builds healthy blood cells, copper that transports iron through your bloodstream, folate that prevents defective blood formation. Every synthetic supplement you've ever taken is trying to replace one piece of this system. Liver delivers the entire blueprint that rebuilt dying blood for those Nobel Prize patients. We've taken that same liver from grass-fed cattle raised on mineral-rich pastures and concentrated it into capsules that deliver the exact nutritional profile that won the Nobel Prize. No more wondering why your iron pills make you nauseous but barely improve your energy. No more accepting that anemia is something you just manage instead of cure. This is the same food that turned dying patients into healthy people in 1926. The same nutrition that convinced the world's top scientists to award the highest honor in medicine. When this supply runs out, you'll be back to the same synthetic supplements that have failed you for months or years. Don't ignore what Nobel Prize winners proved works.